Hey everyone, my name is Francisco Guzman and I'm here to tell you my story on why we belong in college. I want to go ahead and just start off with my background. I was born in Mexico and I came here when I was 2 years old. All my life I always dealt with anxiety and I had so many issues, both at home and in my personal life that I always just stayed quiet. I always had to deal with that problem of no one really looking like me. I grew up in the suburbs, and I was always ashamed of my culture. I always thought to myself, just stay quiet and everything will work well. Even in the areas near me, I didn't even get the chance to go to the schools that I lived by. I was always bused somewhere else, not because I was a bad student, but because my parents always wanted what was best for me. They thought if they took me to the schools that were outside my area, I would get a better education. Fortunately, the sad part, they were right. Luckily, I had to persevere and I had to keep going. It wasn't until high school when I finally had the opportunity to go to a local school where I could actually see some of my neighbors, some of my friends that I kind of knew. But still, many of them still looked at me weird. Junior year of high school, that's when it all affected me. It was either go ahead and keep going or just stick to the statistics and the numbers. What I'm implying by that is the conversation I had with some of my classmates. At the beginning of junior year, one of my classmates and my teachers both asked me, "What are you going to do with your life?" All my life, I literally grew up with immigrant parents. I didn't have anyone really to look up to. I knew what type of person I had to be. I had to be a hardworking person, someone that had to achieve more. But that was about it. My father was a construction worker and my mother was a maid that would clean offices. Is that who I was going to be? Luckily, I was blessed to go ahead and, have a roof over my head and a warm meal every night. So I thought to myself, maybe that's what I can do. Or am I just going to be a statistic and go ahead and continue with those numbers? The only person I really knew was my aunt, who actually had a high school degree. And even after that, she just got married and that was it. And she was doing okay. I thought maybe that could have been an option. But then I look at my friends and I see how their mom is a nurse, how their dad is a business owner. And I think to myself, why do I have to do that? I had a conversation with one of my classmates and they said, "What are you going to do? Are you going to go ahead and just continue working with your dad? Are you just going to be a construction boy?" Trying to make fun of me, trying to put me down. That's something I had to deal with. But you know what? I literally told him, no. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I looked at him and I knew what my destiny was supposed to be. I've always had a passion for education. I thought to myself, I knew I was meant to be a teacher or some form of the education field. I told myself if I could at least be an educator and show students, my future generation, that there's a kid, a brown guy that looks just like them, that shares the exact same history, same story as them, I would create an impact. I would say my teacher is not like my dad, so I know who I can look at when I need help. And that's who I wanted to be. At that moment, when I looked at my classmate and I told him I was going to be a teacher, he looked at me in shock. He knew I wasn't going to succeed. Yet, 4.5 years later, when I'm about to graduate with not only my degree, but also achieving honors and awards, I actually have the pleasure to go ahead and not only share with you my story, but have the honor to go ahead and show everyone that I am able to go ahead and do anything that these other students are able to do. Unfortunately, that one student that actually told me that I wasn't going to succeed, he didn't succeed. He ended up dropping after college after 1 year, and yet I still had the struggles that he had to do, plus even more. And that's why I want to go ahead and share my story with you guys, to show you that I am a kid that was born on a ranch, and yet I came here to achieve my American dream because I knew what I was meant to do, and yet I'm here to go ahead and show others my capability. Thank you.